Hi friends, this is Max. Welcome to my channel again. I'm a massage therapist and a trainer here in Barcelona. Today we're gonna see some sport massage technique with some myofascial influence. We're gonna go from the neck all the way to the sacrum, work on the quadrature lumborum, all the spine and the lower back. If you're a model, you wanna be part of my videos, I can assure you a lot of views because my subscriber love my videos. And yes, contact me in Max King Fitness in Instagram. But now let's go back to warm up the tissue. That is super important when you start a massage, if you want to go deeper, to warm up the tissue. So I start from the trap and I go all the way down to the thoracolumbar fascia. Why to the thoracolumbar fascia? Because I want to open this space for what is considered the posterior oblique sling that is made from the latissimus dorsi, thoracolumbar fascia, and the glute max. That we not see today, we will see the glute medius, but it's important if you want to avoid back pain to be sure that this posterior oblique sling works perfectly. So I warm it up now the oblique inferior and all the muscle of the occipital. They are muscle that they can be really tight in the aponeurotic attachment of the trapezius and create cervical neuralgia. So we try to release them, and then again opening the contralateral posterior oblique sling again on the thoracolumbar fascia. That is that part that you see at the end close to the glutes, in between the latissimus and the glutes. Then I warm up the erector spine, the quadrature lumborum. That actually you cannot really reach from here. You can reach the erector, the iliocostalis, semispinalis, but you can't really, the spinalis, sorry, not the semispinalis, but you cannot really reach it. So, to really reach it, you got to go on the side, where I'm going right now with my thumb, to clean the ilio. And then I go all the way up to create some space in the spinalis, in the longissimo, and the iliocostalis, what is called the superficial extensor. Muscles that are really important to extend the vertebra of the column. And it's formed of the three muscles I just mentioned. And they will run vertically, so they go from the lumbar to the thoracic to the cervical region. Medially we have the spinali, centrally the longissimo, and laterally the iliocostalis. Very important for spinal stability. Most of the time when these muscles are tight, because the multifidus is atrophied or it's weak, or there is not really great connection in timing with central nervous system, this muscle, the three muscles I just mentioned, the rectus spine, they can get really tight, press on the spine and create pain in the lower back or in the cervical or even in the thoracic. So when you have that feeling that all of a sudden you're being stabbed, that can be one of these three muscles that are really tight. And it can be caused by the multifidus that is atrophied or just doesn't activate like it's supposed to be. So after this long description, we're going to go back to work all the trapezius that are really important for maintaining the neck and it's the most important muscle to fight against the gravity. So that's why it got so tight sometimes. And then I move down to the iliolumbar ligament, that is supposedly a ligament that helps in maintaining to avoid the extreme nutation of the sacrum. So we're going to clean it up, especially with people with hyperlordosis can be really tight. And from the iliolumbar ligament, we go all the way up again and try to relax the lumbar. Then As you can see, after a tough technique, I always try to give, let's say, some love to the client to make them trust my hand again. So I always try to find that balance between pain and pleasure. It's a hedonic moment where you're kind of surfing in between the two sensations. Then I'm stretching the quadratolumborum. This technique is amazing. You can even ask the client to press against your hand and then stretch it and mobilize the sacrum, mobilize the ilio, and mobilize the lower back. I'm going to do now some mobilization of the sacrum. Like I was saying, if the sacrum is in hyperlordosis, you want to go on close to the coccyx, and when she breathes, you do some HVLA manipulation. When she breathes in, you press. Or you can do some muscle energy technique. When she breathes in, you press. When she breathes out, you maintain the pressure. So you move the sacrum in contronutation. Okay, now we're going to work on the short leg. Sometimes when you have an imbalance of the pelvis, you have a short leg and a long leg. So how do we do this? Right now she's making the leg longer, and we're going to move in the same direction of the leg. So she's making the leg longer, we go on the quadratolumborum and push in the same direction. When she makes the leg shorter, we help the quadratolumborum go shorter, and when she makes the leg longer, we do the opposite. So in this way, we're going to help the gait. The quadratolumborum is associated with the gait, and we need to create that space because sometimes you might have a quadratolumborum that is overactive, and that can pull up the leg and make it short. It's a functional short leg, so it's created by muscle and tension. It's not anatomical. And now we're going to work on the rectum with this technique that I really like, is active release technique. So right now my client, she is contronutate, and so that the muscle are extending. And when she nutate, I go in the opposite direction. So I start from the PSIS. She will contronutate so that the lower back is extended, as you can see. So I work in extension to create space, and then when she nutate, I do the opposite. So it's a great way to liberate, to create freedom. And if we go in that direction, why not work on torsion? Torsion, that is really important for soft tissue work. You probably see this technique before. We're going to work the quadratolumborum, trying to create space, but this time in torsion. We're going to even probably reach the deep level of the longissimus and of the spinalis in this way. So, because you have the torsion of the vertebra, so you can go closer to the layers of the muscle that is close to the vertebra. Then I'm going to ask for some what is called PNF and some relaxation. After the PNF, there is always what is called PIR, that post-isometric relaxation. I want to talk about the things I'm doing right now, that is the stretching of the Iliopsoas. There is a really great coordination between the psoas and the piriform muscle. So the psoas is working in nutation of the pelvis, of the sacrum, while the piriform muscle is working in contronutation. So it's really important, especially when you have a client in in a hyperlordotic position or with a sacrum that is nutated, that you stretch the iliopsoas. And at the same time, why not giving a massage on that part of the back? You're probably not expecting, your client is not expecting what I'm doing, but this position can be great because you move the vertebra in the opposite direction of where you're doing the massage. So while you're stretching, you can always work with the other hand. You can do what I'm doing with the finger, and or you can even use the entire hand. Here we go. You can see working on this side, because in this way the muscle on the left side are not in contraction, actually they are relaxed, so you can go deeper in there. And then I stretch the adductor. Adductor, really important muscle for stability of the pelvis. You always want to consider them when you have some back pain or pain in the TFL on the hips. And working now on the gluteus medius. Gluteus medius, that is part of what is called the lateral sling, with the glute minimus and the tension fascia lata. And of course the iliotibial band. That's where a lot of tension from running, from working out can be felt. So it's always good to try to release with some myofascial release this part of the body. The function is of course the stability of the pelvis in the gait, and the TFL can get really inflamed if the glute medius is weak. So we try to release the glute medius. It will be important that you even strengthen the glute medius if you have pain there. And now of course I'm going up all the way from the sacrum all the way to the occipital. So guys, I hope you enjoy my video. If you like it, subscribe, leave a comment. I love your comment. And I hope to see you soon. And the last touch, and we're done. Thank you very much. Have a good day.